Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that help me build up a sizable portfolio in about 2 years and now manage that portfolio. Today, guys, I want to talk about the variability of income. Something that I don't think is talked about well enough and something that I think you need to budget for. Scott Trench talks about this in his book, Set for Life. You've got to invest from a strong financial position. I've talked about numerous times, it's great to get in on low and no money down strategies. That doesn't mean that you don't have to have any money, okay? You need to have some stuff in reserves, especially when you're buying rental properties. You never know when things are gonna come up. So when you plug it into your calculator or any rental calculator, I give one away for free. This is what everybody thinks the money's gonna look like. Hey, it's gonna make me, so here's time, here's your money. So this might be, let's just say $200 a month. Cool. I've done the analysis. I've budgeted. I think that I'm going to make $200 a month having this property over time. Okay. And you're going to go, ooh, wow, man, $200 a month at $2,400 a year, blah, 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 blah. But this is what it really looks like. Okay. You're going to make $200 one month. You're going to make something like this. Then it's going to go like this. Then it's going to go like this. Then it's going to go like this. And then it's going to end here, and it's going to average $200 a month. That's all your calculator should tell you is what it averages. You might start out the first month, cool, no expenses. No expenses, awesome, great. That CapEx I'm saving and all those repair funds that I'm saving, that makes, now I'm making $300 or $400 or $500 a month. Oh shit, I just had, an AC go out. I had a hot water tank issue. I had a plumbing issue. I have to replace a damaged sewer line, whatever it is. Damn, I just lost, $700, $800 that month. Well, okay, then next month, damn, window broke. We got some lifted shingles. We have a roof that's leaking. But it's not 200. It might be 100 or 150. Then next month you have another issue come up. Maybe a door breaks. Maybe a garbage disposal you have an issue with. Then thank God the next month nothing's happening and you're making $700, $800 a month cash flow. Thank God you can start sacking away from some of that money, and then boom, you're back down to 200 the following month. That averages $200 a month. But this is the true path to get there. I've seen it time and time again. You guys think, not you guys, I shouldn't say that, but new investors and folks think that, hey, if it says I'm gonna make $200 a month, then every month I need to be making $200. That is not how it goes. Very rarely will you ever make that number that you see. That's supposed to be an average over the year, and that might be $300 a month for the first year because you put up a lot of capital expenditures up front. It might be $400 a month the next year. Then you have a hurricane come in and bust out all the windows and bust off the roof or knock a tree down into the house, and boom, now you're down $1,000 or $2,000 for that year. You have an AC system that you knew was marginal and you left it in there, and then it's $5,000. That's at $200 a month. That's 2 years of cash flow gone, done. So the reason I want to create this video, and I want you guys to be successful investors, so I want you to look when you see, and when somebody's giving you a pro forma, first, red flags, don't ever listen to anybody's pro forma. But if somebody's telling you this property is going to make $200 a month, run your own numbers. If you think it's going to make $200 a month, just understand that that's an average. It's not going to do that month one, month two. Have some reserves, have some money set aside so that when something comes up, because it inevitably will, you're going to be able to foot that bill. Another good way to smooth this out. So this line will get more and more ridiculous, as in up, down, the older the property is, because there's more maintenance and repairs. So it'll get more volatile, just like the stock market when it goes like this, that's called volatility. This line will get more dramatic the older the property is, the more capital expenditures you have, while if you take a new property, this line will be pretty smooth. It will still not be even $200 a month. It'll still go up and down, but it'll stay closer to this $200 a month because you're going to have less things to fix up. You're going to have less unknowns, less expenses come up because it's a newer property. The other way to have less volatility and less risk is to do a significant amount of repairs up front. So if you guys are in a property and you think, now I didn't do this, this was a mistake I made, but if you guys get into a property and you're like, man, that hot water tank's 12 or 13 years old, it's working, it might have another 2 or 3 years left, I'll let it go. If you guys want to reduce your risk and expenses that come up, replace the hot water tank. If you have an old AC unit and you know that, man, that thing's not very efficient, it's kind of shitty, it's rusted, it's 10, 15 years old, and you've got the funds and you want to only have to deal with it one time and you don't want to have to deal with this, replace it. If you're okay with that, if you don't mind maintenance and repairs, then that's okay. That some people are willing to take the risk, and that's fine. I will say that when you start out, if you don't have a lot of reserves, reduce your risk. If you do have a lot of reserves, or maybe you have a great job with some income coming in, then you can take the risk and say, screw it, I don't give a shit. If that thing lasts another 2 years, that's great. That's 2 less years I had to buy a brand new system. That's going to be something on your individual strategy that you're going to have to think about. But I see a lot of new investors, and I want to put this video out there. Please share this with anybody that you think doesn't understand this concept well. It's never a straight line of $200. It's always going to be like this. Always, always, always. Guys, I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. Again, you can reduce that volatility by doing a bunch of capital improvements up front when you're doing the rehab. You can do that during turnovers, whatever. You can spend more money up front and reduce that volatility. If you don't do that, that's fine. Just be ready to spend the money to fix it up and be ready to have the reserves in there to handle that volatility. One other thing, I'll just give you guys a quick tip here. I can tell you with pretty good confidence that you're going to average about 2 to 3 maintenance requests a year. So if you have a decent property with decent tenants, you should only average 2 to 3 maintenance requests a year. So if you have 5 properties, you should average 10 to 15 maintenance requests a year, or about one a month. Use that number as a go-by, as a rough rule of thumb when you guys are doing this and thinking about this. So no matter what, throughout the year, you're going to have 2 or 3 times where your cash flow is going to drop because you're going to have a repair. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know. Again, and if it was, let me know. If it wasn't, also let me know. And if you guys know somebody that's using all these numbers and doesn't have a lot of reserves and has taken some risk because they think, I'm jumping in real estate, I'm going to make $200 a month, please share this with them, educate these folks. I hope to do that. I want to make you guys better investors. I appreciate y'all. See y'all next week.